Les Paul style guitar. And I just learned this trick from another guy on YouTube. So I will be sure to link to his video because he definitely needs to be recognized for this idea. I'm just going to go ahead and do it on my guitar and then try it out here live in front of you guys so we can all see exactly how it works. So if you have any questions, by the way, feel free to leave those in the chat box and I'll be sure to address those as we go along. But this is going to be a very quick and simple video, hopefully. And let me turn this audio up a little bit more here. Just to do is take a Fender Squire headstock, and we're just going to take one of these string trees off, and they're both the same, so I'm just going to use this one. And I will just have to buy another one and put it back on this guitar because this is my brother's guitar, and he won't mind if I use his string tree, right? Not a big deal. As I drop it on the ground. Okay. So here is the string tree. You can kind of see that right there. If you're watching, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know who you are, where you're from. If you have any questions, I'll go ahead and oblige and answer some questions here. But this is, first of all, this is a Epiphone Sheraton. And I've had this guitar for about 20 years. Hey. And it's awesome. I got Porter pickups in here. I think it's the classic models of Porter pickups. So that was a huge upgrade that I did probably 15 years ago. And everything else is pretty much stock. I haven't changed the tuners on it. I have sanded the back of the neck on this guitar, so it feels nice and smooth. And I have done a fret. I either did a fret dress or I did a refret on this guitar. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been a total refret. I can't remember. But I think the frets are higher, so I think that we just did a refret at a Mario. Good job with that. The original nut, you know, I think it's just plastic. I could probably upgrade it to a bone nut or something in the future, but for now it's fine. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get this going. What I'm going to do, there's a screw right here holding on the truss rod plate. So we're going to loosen this sucker, and hopefully my string tree fits. Hopefully it fits. Maybe the top, maybe the head of the screw is going to be too big. Okay, that screw is not going to work. So we'll use the original screw. And hopefully that should be fine. This screw may be too small. Yeah, all right. So this was this is a live experiment. What's up, Charlie and Andy? All right, so I really didn't think this through that well, because the gold screw here is a little too big for the string tree here. So what am I gonna do? I have a few options. Okay, I have a few options. I can put some super glue in this hole and then re-drill it, you know, after it dries, and just kind of fill that in. So that way I can use the smaller screw, which is that sucker. Can't really see it that well. But I know so far that this is not fitting in this hole. And I'm not really sure where, well, hold on. Okay. I might stand corrected. I think if I just thread it, yeah, okay, that works. So instead of pushing it through, I just threaded it through by like turning it through the hole, and it seemed to work. So, all right, with that done, no gluing. That's good. Don't want to glue this thing. So we're just going to tighten it on and make sure this is going to stay. The problem with Gibson style headstocks is the break angle of these, especially the middle two strings. Sometimes my B string does go out of tune a little bit. But what I'm going to do is just go ahead and loosen these up. So I can bend it over and then do the same for the G string. And looks like I'm going to have to loosen this up so I have some clearance underneath, and then I can always tighten it back down or something. Maybe hold this tight. Oh, man. Yeah. All right, we'll see how that works. So I'm going to push. Okay. That's going to go under on that side. This is going to go under on this side. And then I'm going to have to tighten this down. That it turning. Okay. It's not too bad. I literally just saw this in a video and I was like, you know what? That's stinking cool. And we're going to try it. All right. So now this is what it looks like. You can't really see anything on the headstock itself, but if you look really close, then you got that string tree right there, keeping the middle two strings nice and straight. So, all right, let's tune it back up. I'm playing through my Headrush gig board right now. Okay. Tuning. I haven't changed the strings on this guitar in a while, so I probably have to do that. And honestly, if you're having tuning issues, it's probably just time to change strings anyway, regardless of what guitar you're playing on. But tuning. So has this made sense so far? I'm doing this in real time, folks. Experimenting, just seeing what happens. All right, let's tune it again. And things like this, I mean, I could make a pre-recorded video and release it. But I think it's fun to do a live stream of this kind of stuff. Because like I could totally mess up and just fall flat on my face and be like, well, I look like an idiot. But I'm willing to do that for you guys. I'm going to do that, okay? Yeah, so what the issue is, Charlie, is the break on the headstock is the angles break through the nut at such an angle, like a hard angle, that the strings don't want to. They don't want. Oh man, put this down right here. So this is a Reverend guitar, but just the same, you can see that all the strings go through the nut straight. Okay, there's no hard break or angle being applied to the string at the nut. But that is not the case for a Gibson or Epiphone style. Well, it only matters. I think it only matters if the angle at the nut and not necessarily the angle going up here. Because there is a thing called a string butler. And Daryl, what's his face on YouTube? He did a really good review of that about 3 years ago. And it did seem to work pretty well in that regard. So, some file the nut on the other side of the angle. Yeah, and we can do that. We can work with the nut a little bit later in the future. But I literally just wanted to try this out. Be like, you know what? If it's not going to work long term, great. But I want to try it out and just see what happens. So let's play a little bit. I'm going to bend the strings a little bit and see what happens. I think it just went out of tune. Did you hear that? Did you hear it? And I'm totally flat. Really flat. This string butler has rollers. I might just invest $50 and just buy a string butler. Who knows? But you know what? We're trying it out anyway. The B string stayed in tune, which is good. We got D. Like I said, these are old strings as well, so I'm just having fun, you know? See, it still sounds out of tune. Yeah, it went right out. How do you wind the strings? I wind in the self-locking method to where I stick the string through the hole and then I cut the string hard in toward the headstock so it has a hard break, like a right angle break. Then go back underneath the string, then back over the string and then hold it with my finger as I'm winding it around, and then it just locks onto itself. So that's pretty much my method of winding my strings for acoustic guitar and electric guitar. So I did a live stream changing the strings on an acoustic guitar a few weeks ago. So if you're interested, you can go check that out. Or I'll put a link to that in the cards somewhere over here. So yeah, it's out of tune again. So like I said, I literally just saw this, and if it doesn't work, fine. I might change the title of this video to where it says, like, whatever the title is, and then say, maybe, in, like, parentheses. Because I know this is it's a very clickbaity title. But if it doesn't really work, then, you know, maybe there's something to it. Sticking on that tree or the nut, maybe a little bit too. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do not know. It's definitely a little bit lower than the other strings. So I might try like loosening this up a little bit, so that way it's not so low. I'm not sure how this is gonna work. So now this thing is but now this thing is like bouncing up and down. And now I see that you have like a hard edge right here on the metal. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to retune though. I'll change the strings eventually, Charlie. I don't know. I'm not gonna do that right now. I didn't expect to be doing this for too long. Let's tune it. Well, actually, the G's stay in tune. B's still in tune. E's still in tune. Okay, cool. All right, so far I just bent some pretty good bends there and it stayed in tune. So and really for me, I mean, the tuning issue has always been like the B and G string. So all right, still doing good. All right, someone set a timer. And my watch is dead. All right. And my phone is dead too. We're at 18 minutes and 40 seconds and go. Still doing all right. Still doing good, and we just passed the minute. So we went from 1840 to 1940, and pretty much a whole minute of playing, and it stayed pretty well in tune. So I would feel fairly confident that if I was playing up on stage or maybe at church, and I was doing a very heavy, like bendy kind of song, that it would stay in fairly in tune. All right, cool. Let's get this mic over here. All right, so what do you guys think so far about this little experiment? I mean, it's not bad. It definitely, I think the string butler would definitely cover up the beautiful, inlays right here. It's just like, makes the guitar look different, which I don't really want. And the string tree is, small enough to where it's, it doesn't really get in the way, which is great. The only thing I can really see is, I do have that screw out from the hole a little bit. So I'll be a little cautious to not pull it out too much, because otherwise it could just pop right out and not really stay in. So yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but let me get to a clean sound. I have a Lead 800 bass mod in there, which is pretty killer. Let's put in a Princeton reverb. Okay, there's that. Let's check the output. We'll turn up the rig volume a little bit. Because with a clean amp, you don't necessarily want to drive the amp to get more volume. You want to keep the amp, lower so it stays clean, but then just raise the rig volume. Or you can raise the impulse response volume or the cab volume. You don't have to go straight to the output if you don't want, but thanks, Andy. Thanks for watching. Andy, where are you from? Where you at, man? All right, looks like let me know if the volume or the overall sound is okay. I don't want to push the output too much. Which I think the guitar may be a little hot. Let me do it this way. Let me turn down the volume on the head rush and then just turn up the faders here on the. I sold you an amp. Andy Harper. You're in Murfreesboro. Which amp is it? I don't remember. I'm sorry. Which amp is it? We'll have to jam sometime. We can both wear masks. At a Guitar Center. Yes. You changed the tubes and your DSL is now working in all its glory. Yeah, I remember that. That's cool. All right, I do like that sound. Let's go ahead and add in a compressor. Dynamics. And my phone is dead once again, so I don't have something to put over the gig board so you can see what I'm doing. But there we go. That's nice. Let's turn the gain down a little bit. I don't need 8 dB of boost on my compressor. And let's turn up the reverb a little bit. Let's actually go to a Rich Hall. Yeah, I've had a lot of combo amps over the years, and I never had any of them that rattled from the tube itself. It was always either like the cabinet was rattling or something in the chassis was rattling or something. So I don't know. I really need to learn a new lick because I always play that one. So once again, if you just chimed in or you're watching whenever, this is an Epiphone Sheraton. I've had it for about 20 years. I got it back in like late 99, early 2000. I was playing jazz at a community college at Sneed State in Boaz, Alabama. And I was just playing a Strat. And I was like, you know what? I can't play jazz on a Strat, which you totally can, but it was a good excuse to buy a new guitar. So I got this one. I actually saw it first in a guitar magazine giveaway, and I entered hoping that I would win, but I didn't win. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just go buy the guitar then. And I'll still have it 20 years later. So I did upgrade the pickups to Porter pickups. I think the classic models, but everything else is stock other than the new and improved string tree there. It seems to be working pretty good. So, all right. So I've been playing since minute 18 and 40 seconds, and it's still pretty much in tune. So I can't really complain. And honestly, that's why I play my Reverends pretty much 100% of the time, because they have lock-in tuners. The tuning stability is just spot on, even with the whammy bar and Bigsby style tremolos on 2 of the models. Actually, I have tremolos on 3 of the models I have, and they just stay so stinking well in tune that why play anything else at this point, really. But I do like having other instruments, and having the ability to play one and still be in tune that's what I want. That's what I want right there. I feel like this is, oh yeah, cool. I'm moving myself. Display capture. Okay, there's my screen. All right, never mind. All better than COVID happened. And play out with your amp. But hey, you can play with it at your house. I mean, that's cool, right? Seriously though, if you're in Murfreesboro, I'm just over here in Smyrna. Let's get together and write or record or jam or something. Actually, you should bring your amp over thing or something, but I would love to look at the switching capabilities of your Marshall DSL 40. I think that's what it is. I think it has MIDI on the back, which I just discovered how to change things via MIDI. So that should be fun, and we can do more of that kind of stuff. So, all right. Woo, that sounds good. I like that. Let's add in one more overdrive. Can I add in an overdrive? Yes, I can. Let's do a black op analog. And turn that up. It's not perfect, but let's just play. This was in B Aeolian. Yeah, that's sure. This is a elevated jam track, and he's great. So let me know if you can hear the music okay versus the guitar. And here we go. change the amp. Yay. Yeah, it's fun. Alright, let's check the tuning now and see where we're at. Bottom's good, A's good, D, a little flat. So I probably need to, G's a little flat, which is fine. And when I actually change my strings, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6. Yeah, 6 total electric guitars. And, you know, if I change strings every single month, I mean, that's 6 set of strings. So I probably change like every 2 months. I just, you know, I record here and I record and play here in the studio. And yeah, and I don't play every single guitar every single day, so the strings stay relatively fresh for the most part. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, Andy, thanks for chiming in. And seriously, though, look me up on Facebook and just send me a message and let me know if you want to jam, because we'll do it. Okay? Been going for about 38 minutes. All right, a minute and a half. Any other people that want to ask a question or chime in, go ahead and do it now. Otherwise, I think this has been a fun video. Definitely an experiment. I didn't know what to expect really, but I figured, hey, let's try it out and see what happens and just go for it. So all right, guys, thanks for watching. I will have links down in the description for the other guy's video that I just watched, so you can check him out. And then I will have affiliate links to Amazon in the description as well, with a full list of gear I use here in the studio or have used or want to use. So this is kind of like my recommended buyer's guide to everything guitar, recording, all that stuff. So if you buy anything through those links, I will get a small commission from that. Very small. Like if you buy like a $10 item, I'll probably get like 20 cents or something. But hey, you know, If you want to support me here on the channel and what I do for free, then help me out by shopping through those links, and I would appreciate it. So thanks guys for watching. I am Dr. McFarland.